Well, yesterday we had some technical issues with the Minister for Indigenous Australians, Ken Wyatt, and now we're joined by the Shadow Minister for the aforementioned portfolio, Linda Burney. Happy NAIDOC Week, Minister. Thanks for joining us bright and early on Big Mob Brekky.
Well, happy NAIDOC Week to all of you, and greetings from Badigal country out here in Cogra in southwestern Sydney.
We appreciate you joining us. Look, Minister Wyatt has committed to see legislation for a voice to Parliament by the end of the calendar year. With only 8 sitting weeks left, how likely is this to happen?
I think it's very unlikely. The working groups deliver their model at the end of July. But the issue that Ken has, Minister Wyatt has, is not so much his commitment, but the fact there is not agreement in his party room about even going forward with a voice to Parliament. They're certainly not talking about an enshrined voice to Parliament, which of course is what Labor wants, and we support the 3 elements of the Uluru Statement. I think it is extremely unlikely, and the government is running out of time.
Now, Linda, you are a National NAIDOC Award-winning alumni. 2014 on the Gold Coast, actually, if I recall correctly. What does the theme Heal Country mean to you, and what can it look like in practice?
Well, Heal Country is something that I think has resonance, not just with our mob, the First Nations people of Australia, but right across this country. It is so pertinent with the issues of climate change around. You've just been up on the reef and up around there, particularly in the Torres Strait. You've got the real issue of islands sinking and seawater going into the gardens. You've got an aquifer in trouble in Queensland around the Adani mine. There's a whole range of reasons why Heal Country is such a great theme. And you think about what farmers are responsible for in relation to stewardship of the land that they're responsible for. So I think it has a huge resonance right across Australia.
And Linda, just finally, another significant issue we wanted to get your thoughts on. The government has this week announced an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Advisory Council on Family Violence, but you've got some concerns about it.
I have concerns about the way in which the government is in fact pursuing the representation of Aboriginal people at the main decision-making tables. You've got the fact that the COVID-19 committee, which is responsible for overseeing vaccination rollout in Australia, which is just in a shambles, not even including the National Peak Health Organisation, which is absolutely unbelievable when you hear the rhetoric of the government. But you've also got the National Peak Organisation for our people on domestic violence and family violence not getting a seat at the main table in terms of provision and advice to the government on family violence. In fact, they didn't even get a seat at the table on the advisory body, which is the Indigenous advisory body to that council. And that, to me, sends a very, very difficult message to our people, and in NAIDOC Week of all weeks. Yeah. So, you know, that's the situation.
Definitely need some answers on those. Thank you for joining us, NAIDOC award-winning alumni and Shadow Minister for Indigenous Australians, Linda Burney.
Thank you.
Gee, this week is going fast now.